Hi everyone, Emily Collins here. So we're going to be doing a kind of wind down sort of flow today. Probably, maybe this would be best for when you're coming home after work, or maybe you've been working all day since a lot of us are staying home lately, or maybe you've just been running around all day and doing errands and your energy is kind of really high. So here we're going to start in a kind of high energy format and then slowly kind of just bringing that down through the rest of the practice. So kind of just taking that high energy and just letting it guide us through the rest of the practice until we're able to settle down to the very end. So we're going to get started in a seated position, nice and comfy here. Maybe it's sitting on your heels or just cross-legged. Whatever's most comfortable for you here. Just feeling your spine nice and tall, maybe your shoulders pulling back a little bit. You can roll them one way or the other. Just coming down to a settled position before we start moving around. Just taking some nice, big, easy breaths. Just noticing how your body's feeling today, maybe where your thoughts are straying. Maybe they're straying about what you did throughout the day, what you have to do tomorrow, what maybe happened today that was good, or maybe what happened today that was bad. And just notice all of those thoughts straying around, and as they wander, just allow yourself to notice that and then slowly come back to the center point. Just focus on your breath or your body, just tuning in here. Taking a big inhale here all the way to the top. Holding at the top for 3 seconds. And then long exhale all the way to the bottom. One more time, big inhale all the way to the top. Holding at the top for 3 seconds. And slow exhale all the way to the bottom. Once more, just like that, big inhale all the way to the top. And holding for 3 seconds. And slow exhale, just let it go all the way to the very bottom. And just returning to your natural breath here. Noticing again, perhaps where your thoughts may have begun to stray, and just coming back to the center point. Big, easy breaths here. Slowly starting to allow your eyelids to flutter open wherever you're seated, just coming to a cross-legged position. If you're on your heels or if you're already there, just staying there. Just allow yourself to start rocking side to side, nice and easy. Just big, easy breaths here. Inhale as you reach up to the sky. Exhale, folding over to the right with one arm. Maybe that top one floats or half binds or does whatever feels good here. And slowly inhaling all the way back up and exhaling over to the left. Same thing here. Whatever with that top arm. You can even play with your breath here. Inhaling as you open and exhale as you fold it in just a little bit. And slowly inhaling all the way to center. And big fold all the way forward. Just easing into your hips here. Just big, easy breaths. And again, throughout today's practice, we're going to be working in those little areas that tend to get the tightest throughout our day. I'm talking about the hips and the calves. A lot of people say their back and their neck, as well as their shoulders. At least that's what it is for me, so maybe for you it's different, but today we're going to be playing into a lot of that. So hopefully you'll feel really nice and wound down by the end. As we slowly inhale to rise, and we're going to just rock on forward, all the way to our hands and knees. Come into a little tabletop pose here. I'm just trying to find little easy movements. Just noticing what feels good. Allowing your breath to guide you here, whatever way you flow. Just big, easy breaths, rocking around. I've also got my crazy pants on today, so I'm really here to wind down. Just big, easy breaths. Really moving, maybe starting to expand those motions a little bit deeper, whatever feels good. Just really listening to your body. Maybe even starting to tune out my voice a little bit and just really listening to what feels good for you. And we're going to slowly sit back on our heels and pull our arms all the way back. Just giving a nice little bind there. Maybe staying there, starting to fold forward. Whatever feels best. Inhale to rise. Maybe staying there, exhaling to fold forward once more, really easing into the shoulders. And then releasing, pulling all the way forward, just rocking those arms out. And then inhaling, rising back up and cupping your hands behind your head. One of my favorites as you inhale, reach back. And exhale, cupping forward. Inhale, scooping back. Exhale, all the way forward. Inhale, scooping back. Exhale, coming forward once more. And slowly releasing your hands and knees back to the ground, rocking it out a little bit to release. Then tucking those back toes, lifting those hips, coming right away to your down dog. Just big, easy breaths here. Bending one leg or the other, taking plenty of time to really work in any part of your body that really feels like it needs it right now. Maybe just rocking side to side. Whatever feels good. We're going to inhale, lifting up on those toes. And exhale, folding back downward. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, folding back down. Inhale again, lifting up. And exhale, folding back down. And then inhale slowly, whatever way feels good, rocking forward to that high plank. Holding here for a breath. Just rocking it out. Trying to focus your concentration on what can make this pose just a little bit easier. Maybe rotating your biceps forward, whatever feels good. Spreading those fingers extra wide. And inhale, rotating open to that right side. Nice little stretch there, maybe rolling the shoulder around. And coming back to center and rolling it open to the other side. Same thing here, maybe rolling that shoulder around. Just feeling good. And then coming back to center, holding for a breath here before opening it out to the other side. Same thing. And then coming back to center and rolling it open to the left. And coming back to center, pushing it back to your down dog. Big breaths here. Again, bending one near the other, whatever really feels good here. We're going to inhale, lifting up on those toes. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, folding down. One more time, inhale, lifting up. And exhale, folding back down. Line those heels, just push back as far as is comfortable. We're going to inhale, gazing forward, exhale, hopping or walking, nice and slow all the way to the top of your mat. Just allow yourself to dangle, maybe catching your opposite elbows, or just folding forward, whatever your body's asking for today. Just big, easy breaths. Trying to focus on your jaw relaxing, your tongue relaxing, anything that feels good here. We're going to inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up one vertebrae time, reaching those hands to the sky. And then exhale, cupping those hands behind, holding here for a breath. Inhale as you open up. Exhale as you fold, pushing into that neck. Inhale as you open up. And exhale as you fold. One more time, inhale as you open up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, release those arms to the sky. Then big fold forward, whatever will feels good. Again, just rocking it out side to side. You're gonna step back your right foot, left foot, holding in a high plank here. And opening it out to the right side, big stretch. Then back to center, opening it to the left, same thing here, big stretch. All the way back to center, lowering down, either dropping those knees first or going through your own variation of a chaturanga, lowering all the way down to the belly. And lower full cobra, maybe up dog. Then tucking those back toes, lifting your hips, coming back to safe little down dog here. Inhale, lifting that right leg to the sky, maybe opening up those hips, really feeling nice, big stretch, one-legged dog here. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through low lunge, hanging out for a breath. Just really feeling your body moving, how your breath's changing, just focusing on that. Taking all that high energy from the day and just letting it start to flow into your practice. And maybe stepping that back foot in ever so slightly as you fold up over that foot. Pyramid pose here. And rolling all the way up, coming into your warrior one. So planting that back foot, 45-degree angles toward the top left corner of your mat, just holding here. Maybe loosening up a bit or dropping those arms. Bring your hands to heart center. Whatever feels really good here. Just hanging out for a breath. And slowly starting to catch those hands behind, clasping your back hands. And either stay there, slowly starting to fold forward, humble warrior. Whenever you're ready, just release. Coming back down to your low lunge, hanging out for a breath here. Lifting up to your high crescent. And then exhale, coming back down, stepping it back to that high plank. So holding out for a breath here. We're gonna roll open to that left side first this time. Big stretch. Then back to center and roll it out to the right. Coming back to center, other lowering through your chaturanga, dropping those knees first. Inhale for up dog. And exhale, pressing it back. And inhale, lifting that back foot all the way to the sky, opening up your hips here, big stretch. And exhale, knee to nose, step it through low lunge, just hanging out. Taking some breaths here. Everybody likes to hang out in a low lunge. Big, easy breaths. Stepping that back foot in ever so slightly as you lean over that front foot for pyramid pose. Big, easy breaths here. And slowly starting to roll all the way up, coming into your warrior one, maybe widening your stance a little bit for some stability. Just big, easy breaths here. Again, maybe bring those hands to our center, just rolling out those arms. Just a little release here. It's really hanging out, whatever feels best. And eventually clasping those back hands behind you, rolling the shoulders back, and then staying there slowly, starting to fold forward for humble warrior if that feels good. Staying there as long as it feels good. Eventually rising back up. And planting those hands back down beside your back foot. Again, lifting up. And then exhale, sinking back down, stepping it back to your high crescent, and hanging out for a breath here. And then low down, just dropping those knees to the mat, coming into a nice, easy up dog. Looking over one shoulder the other, just starting to wake up that spine a little bit here. Big, easy breaths. Eventually, big inhale, sinking all the way up. And exhale, tuck those back toes, lifting those hips, coming into your down dog. And just coming back to your breath here, big, easy breaths. Inhale that right leg all the way to the sky, big opening here. And exhale, knee to nose, step it through low lunge. And just hanging out for a breath here. We're gonna inhale that right arm to the sky. Exhale, plant it back down. Inhale the left to the sky. Exhale, plant it back down. Same thing once more. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale, plant it down. Inhale the left arm. Exhale, plant it down. And slightly pulling those feet in, perhaps as you lift up to your high crescent. Really engaging here for a breath. Just big, easy breaths here. Inhale, straightening up. Exhale, shifting down. Again, inhale, straightening up. Exhale, shifting down. One more time, inhale, straightening up. Exhale, shifting down, on this time straight open into your warrior two. Just gazing out over here. Again, maybe releasing those arms just to relax, trying to let go of any tension that's really being held inside here. Any variation with your hands that feels good. And inhale, reverse. And exhale, extended side angle, coming all the way forward. Inhale, reverse again. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, rising up and floating, flying warrior here. And big fold all the way forward. Just big, easy breaths here. Maybe walking your hands to one side or walking your hands to the other. Just breathing easy. Maybe trying to walk those hands all the way back. Maybe even playing in a tripod if that's calling for you right now, but just really listening to what feels best. And slowly starting to re-walk those hands all the way back to your low lunge. Engaging here as you roll up. Not all the way back down. Stepping it back to your high plank. And again, just dropping those knees, coming into an easy up dog here. Always options to go through chaturanga instead. Just depends how your body's feeling. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, tucking those back toes, lifting those hips, coming back to your down dog. And just walking it out here. Inhale, lift that left foot to the sky again, opening it up here, anything that feels good. Exhale, meet in a step if you're hanging out in that low lunge. Favorite place today. And inhale that left arm all the way up. And exhale, sink it back down. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale, sink it back down. Inhale that left arm up. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, sinking it back down. And slowly step that back foot in as you roll up to your high crescent. Hang it out here for a breath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sinking down, opening right away to your warrior two here. Again, maybe loosening those arms down, shaking it out. Whatever feels really good here. Then inhale, reversing your warrior. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, folding forward. And big inhale, rise in your warrior two, and then flying warrior all the way to center. And big exhale, fold. Now you get to see my ridiculous pants. Again, maybe walking to one side or walking to the other. Walking those hands all the way back, whatever feels really good here. Just listening to your body. Again, maybe even having to tune me out a little bit. If you just really need to tune into your body, what it's saying it really needs right now. And slowly walking those hands all the way back to your low lunge, lifting up here. Exhale, folding back down, stepping it back to that high plank, hanging up for a breath here. And again, either lowering through your chaturanga or just pushing it back to down dog, or maybe straight away to your up dog. Whatever feels really good here. Just big, easy breaths. Lifting that right foot all the way to the sky, opening it up. Maybe dropping that all foot all the way back here, opening it into your wild thing. And coming all the way back to center, lifting that foot all the way back to the sky. Exhale, knee to step it through low lunge. Hanging out for a breath here. Before rising all the way up, high crescent. Open it up to your warrior two here. Just gazing over the front hands, maybe trying to find a little ease in your movement. Inhale as you reverse. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale again, reverse. Exhale, folding forward. Maybe a little shoulder open here, half or full binding. Or just leaving it however feels good. Slowly rolling back to your low lunge here. Then stepping it back to your high plank and going through your chaturanga, or just pushing it back to down dog. Whatever feels best for you. Big, easy breaths. Inhale, so lift that left leg to the sky, open up. Maybe opening so much that you topple over into your wild thing. Eventually rocking it back, one-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it all the way through, low lunge. Hanging out here for a breath. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, opening up to your warrior two. Again, maybe just swinging it out. Anything to release here. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, fold. Maybe half or full binding here for a little more shoulder deepening. Opening here. Or whatever variation feels best for you. Eventually, curling those hands all the way back to wrap around your feet. Stepping it back to your high plank here. And again, either pushing back to your down dog or getting to your down dog, whatever way feels good. So just walking out one foot and the other. Lifting that right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to step it through low lunge. And planting that back foot ever so slightly. We're going to lift our left hand to the sky, coming into a triangle pose here. Maybe the right hand is on your shin, whatever feels good here. And then bending that knee as we come forward, lifting up to the opposite direction, revolve triangle. Bending that knee, coming back to center, opening up triangle again. And then lifting up as you reverse your triangle. Slide that hand all the way back. Slowly starting to crawl that hand forward as you come into a half moon here. Opening up just to the wall. And bending that front knee as you shift into a revolved moon. Maybe that back foot plants if that feels better for you. And then coming all the way back to that half moon once more. Planting that foot back and rising your warrior two. Reversing your warrior. Folding forward, extended side angle. Rising up to that warrior two. Cartwheeling those hands to the ground. Stepping it back to your high plank and again going through your vinyasa. Or just pushing it back to your down dog. Whatever feels good for you here. Inhale as you lift that left foot to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Planting that back foot. As you lift that right arm to the sky, straightening that front leg, coming into triangle pose. Wherever that left hand wants to be is wherever it should be. Bending that front leg as we come into revolve triangle. And then shifting all the way back, regular triangle. Rising all the way up, reversing that triangle. And then slowly shifting forward into your half moon pose. Bending that front knee as you revolve that half moon. Maybe planting that back foot if that feels better. And then all the way back to your half moon pose. Planting that back foot, warrior two. Inhale as you reverse. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, cartwheeling those hands to the ground, stepping it back. And in your own way, pushing it back to your down dog. From here, we're going to meet up in a wide-legged child's pose, just resting downward. Just big, easy breaths here. Maybe starting to walk those hands all the way to the right, stacking the left hand onto the right here. Just breathing into your side body. And then same thing all the way to the left, stacking it right onto the left, breathing into your opposite side body here. And slowly walking those hands all the way back to center, just coming up into your tabletop pose here. Just rocking it out a little bit. Just allowing yourself to really tune back into your body. Noticing where all of your energy is flowing. If any of it's being released around you or into your mat, or you're still containing it, holding on, and where it is that you want your practice to take you today. Again, just slowly allowing those movements to become larger and larger, or maybe slowing down more and more. We're going to tuck our back toes, lift our hips, and push back to that nice down dog here. Again, bending one knee and the other, just really releasing here. And inhale as you lift that right foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, plunging all the way to the outside right edge of your right hand. Just hanging out here, sinking that back knee down. Just big, easy breaths here. You can play with rocking up the outer right edge of your foot or just keeping it flat, whatever feels really good. Maybe staying high on your arms or starting to lower down on your forearms here. Just really settling in for a few breaths. Really feeling this in your outer hip as you wake that up more. Feeling any tension and just really trying to breathe deep. If there's any pain, just coming out of it a little bit. But we don't want any pain. There's no benefit there in yoga. And slowly rising back up and shifting all the way back into your half monkey here. Just folding the head forward as far as is comfortable. Maybe rocking it out side to side or just staying still. Whatever feels really good here. And slowly starting to walk forward and walking that right foot all the way over to the far left, opposite side. And again, sitting back. A little different variation of that half monkey here. Then all the way back forward, reframing that foot in between your hands, tucking those back toes and just hanging out for a breath here. We're lifting all the way up to your high crescent. Maybe shifting that right hand back down your leg, reach that left hand to the sky for a little twist. And then settling back down, stepping that right foot back, hanging on your high plank. And again, either going through your vinyasa or meeting back in down dog or any variation in between that feels good for you. Just breathing into that space of your body, filling up here really big. Big exhales. And lifting that left foot all the way to the sky. Exhale, knee all the way over, bringing that foot all the way to the outside left edge of your left hand. And then hanging out here for a breath. Again, just breathing deep. Maybe staying high on your hands or playing with rocking the outer edge of your foot or keeping it flat. Maybe starting to fold down on your forearms if that feels better for you. Just relaxing downward and breathing really big and deep here. Big, easy breaths. Whenever you're ready, slowly starting to rise up on those arms and shifting it back to your half monkey here. And maybe finding stillness or rocking it out side to side, whatever feels really good here. Slowly bending forward and bringing that foot all the way to the outer right edge of your mat. And same thing, you're shifting back, feeling this in a slightly different variation of half monkey. Just breathing into that space really big. Just using each exhale to sink a little bit deeper, just relaxing downward. And slowly bending forward, tucking those back toes, hanging out here for a breath. Then again, inhale, lifting all the way up. Maybe reversing, sliding that back left hand down, that right all the way up. And then eventually sliding those hands back to the ground, stepping that foot all the way back, hanging out here for a breath. Inhale as you lift up to your right side plank. And all the way back to center and lifting over to the left. And all the way back to center and shifting it back to your down dog. Maybe going through vinyasa there if that's calling for you. Or maybe just starting to allow your body to settle down a little bit, taking easier movements. Or just movements that feel better for you. Inhale as you rise up on your toes. Exhale, shifting back down. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, shifting back down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, shifting back down. Gazing forward as you slowly start to walk all the way to the tippy top edge of your mat. Just hanging out for your breath here. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rising up one vertebra at a time, reaching those hands to the sky. And again, grasping behind your head with your hands. Holding for breath here, just relaxing your head back. As if you're just hanging out, gazing out over the beach, or something beautiful and nice. Inhale as you extend backward. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, extending back. Exhale, folding forward. Again, inhale, extending back. Exhale, folding forward. And big inhale, release those hands up. And exhale, clasping them back behind you. So plenty of variations here. Maybe just hanging out, keeping those hands back, or maybe starting to fold forward nice and easy. Just big, easy breaths. And whenever you're ready, slowly starting to rise back up. And big release, just coiling those hands outward. Just allowing your spine to fold back. And taking a big inhale, reach those hands to the sky. Palms to touch, and slow exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Just hanging out here for a breath. Just allowing yourself to maybe to rock side to side, finding easy movements here. Just like a boat out at sea, just rocking with anything that comes to you. Maybe it's thoughts, maybe it's emotions. Just allowing those to let you sway, your body moving through it. Just naturally, just easy. No stiffness or tension. Just allowing yourself to hold nice and sturdy and strong and easy. And big inhale, reach those hands to the sky. Big exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, stepping it back to your high plank, holding for a breath here. Inhale, lifting your left side. Exhale, planting those hands, and inhale as you switch to the opposite. Exhale, planting those hands. And going through vinyasa, or just pushing back to your down dog. Maybe hanging out in your up dog for a breath here to reach side to side. Maybe planting those knees down. Then exhale, tuck those toes, lifting those hips, reaching it all the way back. Really big, easy breaths here. Good, inhale, gazing forward, exhale, hopping your step to the very top of your mat. Just hanging out for a breath here again. I'm going to slowly start to heel toe our feet all the way to the outer edge of your mat. Just coming down to a big old Malasana squat. Hanging out for a breath here. Maybe planting the right hand and lifting the left. Or half or full binding. Maybe playing in the other direction. Just really listening to your body, what feels good here. Maybe playing in some pigeon pose or anything that feels really good. Just hanging out for a couple more breaths, breathing in big. Do one big collective inhale. One big open mouth exhale, let it go. And then planting those hands, lifting those hips, folding forward. Nice, big, easy breaths here. Just rocking it out. We're starting to take those feet a little bit wider. Nice and big, just as far as is comfortable. No need to put strain. And bending in that right knee and folding over here, Skandasana. Just hanging out. Maybe your right heel touches the ground, maybe it doesn't. Maybe your hands are floating up, coming to heart center. Just whatever feels good here. rocking it over to the other side. Same thing here, just big, easy breaths. Pulling in closer if needed. Maybe that back heel plants, maybe it doesn't. Usually I have one foot that plants and one doesn't, depending the side, so, and depending the day. It's just not judging yourself too much. Again, just hanging out here for a breath. And we're going to slowly walk it over to the other side once more, just hanging out. Settling downward. Just letting yourself open up in your hips a little bit, releasing anything that might come. And one more time, shifting over to the left, same thing here. Just big, easy breaths. And walking all the way back to center, just folding forward. Middle splits is normally not cued very much in yoga, but if you want to start sliding those feet out just as far as comfortable, just to play, maybe coming down those forearms or keeping your hands up. Just really breathing into those outer hips. If there's any tension, just coming out of it, maybe staying exactly here, just folding forward. Just big, easy rests here. And slowly starting to walk those feet all the way back in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, all the way to the sky. And bring those hands to heart center. We're going to start to bring that right foot all the way into the left leg. Coming into tree pose on the side. Maybe it's on your heel or your calf or all the way in towards your thigh. Whatever feels good here. Just noticing both legs lifting up. Maybe playing with some fun motions with your arms or whatever feels good here. And then maybe planting that left hand on your hip for a little more stability and kicking all the way out straight. We're slowly starting to rock it open, whatever feels good here. Maybe the big bend in the knee if that feels better. Whatever feels really good. And slowly switching it out, grabbing with the left hand, reaching over to the right, reaching over to the left, opening that right arm out. And big release, squeezing that foot all the way in. And big dive, folding forward, coming to a half standing split here. Releasing that foot to the ground and just rocking it out side to side. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, one at a time, reaching those hands to the sky. And then exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Again, coming to tree pose on the side. Maybe that foot comes into your heel or your calf or all the way into your thigh. Feeling both legs lifting and strong and supportive here. Just big, easy breaths. Again, maybe starting to play with some motions with your arms if that feels good. Some mudras, whatever is really calling for you. Just listening to that. Maybe just hands on your hips. Feeling a little sassy today. Maybe even playing with moving those hips. If you can stabilize while doing so. Just whatever feels really good here. And maybe starting to plant a right hand on your hip for stability as you kick that foot out. Maybe big bend in your knees if that feels better. Or starting to rotate open to open those hips a little bit more. Coming back to center, catching it with that right hand and maybe kicking out to the right as you open your left hand to the wall. And then slowly folding, we're pulling that knee in first. Then folding forward, big half standing split. And eventually pulling that foot down, rocking it out side to side for a little release here. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, step it back to that high plank here. Just hanging out for your breath, dropping those knees to the ground. Just allowing yourself to look over one shoulder or another, playing into some nice, easy movements in your spine. If that's not feeling good, maybe coming down a little bit lower, playing in your middle spine here. Just really doing whatever feels best. Inhale, pushing all the way up. Exhale, tucking those back toes, lifting your hips down, dog. Just big, easy breaths here. Inhale, lifting up on your toes. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding down. One more time, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding down. Inhale that right leg all the way to the sky, opening up. Exhale, knee to nose, stepping it through, low lunge, hanging out here for a breath. Stepping that back foot ever and so slightly as you fold over that front leg. And then bending that front leg as you come all the way up into your warrior one here. Again, maybe just resting those arms down, playing with some movement, or just playing with stillness. Whatever feels good for you here. Maybe starting to clasp those hands back if that feels good. Either staying there, folding forward in humble warrior. Rising all the way back up, big release. Clasping those hands, maybe rolling forward here. And inhaling up. Exhale, planting back down to that low lunge, stepping it back to your high plank. And again, either going through a vinyasa or just pushing it back to a down dog. Starting to get progressively into a gentler state here. Inhale that left leg high. Exhale, knee to step it through low lunge. Just resting for a breath here. Start stepping that back foot in. And just folding over that front leg here. And then slowly bending that front knee and coming all the way up into warrior one here. Maybe widen that stance, doing whatever feels good here. Maybe releasing downward, just coming to an easy state. And maybe either staying here, starting to clasp those hands behind your back, and either staying there or folding forward into your humble warrior here. Inhale as you rise back up, big release. Interlacing those fingers, maybe folding forward. Rising back up. And then dropping those hands to the ground, stepping back to your high plank and pushing it back to your down dog. Or again, going through chaturanga there, whatever feels best for you. Inhale that right leg high. And then exhale, knee all the way in towards that right arm, coming into pigeon pose here. Starting with those hands framing your hips. Maybe reaching back for that back foot, little quad stretch there. Or just starting to walk forward, coming onto your forearms here. Just resting downward and taking some big, easy breaths. Again, you can play with stillness or some little movement, whatever feels best for you here. Just really listening to how your body's feeling. Just a few big breaths here, really settling downward. Maybe staying there, pigeon moonwalking side to side, finding a place that feels really sticky and just hanging out there. And slowly coming back to center, rising back up, reframing those hips for one big more stretch. Maybe leaning one way or the other, just seeing what feels different and good in your body. And then tucking those back toes, kicking it in your own time back up to that one-legged dog. Maybe big release here, coming into wild thing. Or just playing with whatever feels good, eventually coming back to your down dog. Just a little release there. I'm going to take the right hand and reach back for the left. Maybe big bend in the knees. Just a little quad or calf release here. And then releasing the right hand, switching it out, reaching back left for right leg. And then all the way back to center, lifting that left leg all the way up. Exhale, knee coming all the way in towards pigeon pose here. Again, starting with those hands, framing those hips. Maybe reaching back. Kicking for a little quad stretch here. Or releasing down and just slowly starting to come onto your forearms here. Again, either playing with stillness or just relaxing down, whatever feels good. Stillness or movement, just really using your breath to guide you. Again, maybe tuning out my voice a little bit to find what's going to feel best for you. big, easy breath, settling downward. Just noticing what seems to be let go every time you have a nice big exhale. Seeing what's being released, what's maybe vanishing from your thoughts, maybe what's still hanging around, and whether that's needed or not. Just helping yourself and your breath to discover what's best for you right now and perhaps what's not. And again, maybe staying where you are, starting to pigeon moonwalk side to side. Just find a place that feels really sticky, hanging out there for a little bit longer. And the awesome part about that is that nobody can figure that out except for you. So I could tell you it feels good for me, but for you, that's going to be different every single time. Or perhaps the same. And that's why I can't give you the answer. And slowly starting to rise up, reframing those hands beside your hips, and maybe looking over one shoulder or the other, just seeing how this feels different and perhaps better in your body. Pulling those hands, tucking those back toes, and lifting up to your down dog. Playing with motions here, maybe big release in a wild thing. Eventually coming back to your down dog. Just big, easy breaths here. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale as you fold down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale as you fold down. Again, inhale once more, lifting up. Exhale, folding down. Then taking that left hand and reaching back to that right foot. Again, maybe big bend in the legs. Then releasing that hand and switching it out. Same thing, other side. And releasing that hand, we're going to slowly start to walk our hands all the way to the top of the mat, just hanging out here for one more breath. And eventually shifting all the way down, reaching those hands forward, dropping the head and neck. And again, maybe playing with a little movement here, just seeing what feels good in your spine and shoulders, your neck. Eventually, we're going to gently come down to seated position here. Extending those hands or those feet all the way out, lifting your hands to the sky. And just bending forward, maybe big bend in the knees if that feels better. Just really starting to tune in. Here's an awesome pose to be able to do this because you could really just release that head downward. Maybe it starts to become a little darker. Just whatever feels good. You can wrap your hands around your head if that feels good. Just really playing in this position. Just big, easy breaths, settling down just a little more. And starting to walk your hands maybe to the right, maybe to the left, just really listening to how this feels different in your body one way or the next. And starting to rise back up, we're going to shift all the way down onto our back here. But before we go all the way down, lifting into a little boat pose here. So inhale, crunching up. Exhale, back down. Just 3 times. Inhale, crunching back up. Exhale, settling down. Once more, inhale, coming up. Exhale, settling down, this time pulling those knees in, maybe grabbing those feet for a little release here. And then folding inward. Any little spine release, maybe catching your hands on your knees. Rocking it out side to side, whatever feels really good for you here. And then extending those legs all the way outward. We're going to pull that right foot in, maybe grabbing behind your thigh or your calf, whatever feels good for you here. Trying to avoid that knee space. Just big breaths here. Maybe each inhale extending upward. Maybe each exhale folding in a little bit deeper. And on this last breath, pulling that knee all the way in towards your right armpit. Big squeeze here. Then exhale, folding all the way out over to the left, coming into a supine twist. Opening that right shoulder out. Either gazing forward or over your right hand for a full spine twister if that feels good. Maybe for a little extra calf release, you're kicking that right foot out and grabbing it with your left hand. But again, just listening to what feels good for you. Maybe that's a little too much at this point in practice. Just slowly starting to pull that right knee all the way in, big squeeze. Then releasing it all the way down and pulling that left leg all the way back up. Again, maybe those hands are up behind your thigh or your calf, just really playing with what feels good there. Each inhale, breathing that leg all the way high. Exhale, pulling in a little bit deeper. Inhale, pulling high. Exhale, pulling in a little bit deeper. Inhale once more, reaching high. Exhale, pulling in a little bit deeper. This time, pulling that knee all the way in towards your left armpit, little hip release and opener there. Then exhale, bring all the way over to the right. Opening that left arm out, maybe gazing out over that left arm or gazing up. And again, maybe for a little added calf release here, kicking that left foot out and grabbing it with your right hand. If that's too much, just letting it relax, letting yourself relax, using your breath to come inside a little bit deeper, just inside yourself, inside your own home of your body, just settling inward. Slowly starting to pull that left knee all the way back in towards the left armpit. Big squeeze here, rocking it out. Then just pulling both feet in, just really releasing here. Just taking some big breaths. I'm going to play in just a couple of inversions here. So if you want it to be more restorative, maybe placing your hands under your hips and lifting those feet to the sky. Just hanging out here. This is a great way to get that blood flow changing in a different direction. But if you want to start playing into a shoulder stand, just rocking those hips up into your hands. And just lifting those feet to the sky, just as far as is comfortable. Try not to crunch your neck much at all. Now they're staying there, slowly starting to rock those feet over just as far as is comfortable, coming into plow pose here. Your feet don't have to touch the ground, just doing whatever feels best for your spine and neck. Big, easy breaths here. Whenever you're ready, slowly, carefully pulling yourself all the way back down and pulling those knees in towards center. Just rocking it out side to side for a little release here. And at this point in practice, taking any last movements that feel really good for you. Maybe it's windshield wipering or taking some bridge poses. For me, windshield feels really good right now, so try it maybe. Or taking some happy baby. Just really a few long breaths here, just playing into what's going to feel really good for you. Again, maybe happy baby here if that feels good. Kicking those feet out or kicking one out or the other. Just a few more breaths, really listening to you. Whenever you're ready, squeezing those knees really big all the way towards center. Big breath all the way to the top. And big exhale, releasing all the way downward. Just feeling the whole weight of your body pressing down, melting deep into the mats. Sinking and sinking deep within yourself and everything beneath you, the mats and the floor and the earth. Just finding and settling into your Shavasana. Stay in here as long as you want, but whenever you're ready, it's beginning to make your breath slightly more active. Finding some slight movement in your fingers or your toes. Maybe rocking your head side to side or taking a big overhead stretch. And either staying here or slowly starting to rock to one side in fetal pose. And again, either staying there slowly starting to rock up to a seated position. Maybe on your heels or with your legs crossed. Again, whatever feels best for you here. And your spine tall. Just taking big, easy breaths here. Taking one big breath in. Big, slow exhale. Another big breath in. Slow, easy exhale. One more time, big breath in. Slow, easy exhale. And inhale, reaching those hands to the sky, palms to touch. Exhale, lowering those hands down past your third eye center, past your lips, and all the way to your heart. Just taking a few more easy breaths here. Whenever you're ready, slowly allow your eyelids to flutter open. And I hope you're feeling settled down, taking all that high energy and just having brought it through practice and all the way to an easy, gentle, wound down point. Namaste and see you next time.